Good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mediak. And I would like to wish everyone a very early but a very Merry Christmas. We here at Mediak like to do tier lists during December, so we're going to be doing some Christmas movies leading up to that, which is actually the first
Okay.
time in Mediak history we've ever done Christmas movies. I think we've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, so it's hard to keep track. As usual, you got Skylar up there, Chandler over there, and me down here. And I have a sneaking suspicion, and every time I say this, I'm usually right because I can pick kinds of movies. I think Skylar's gonna hate this movie. He's the resident Grinch. Skylar is
No.
the resident Grinch. He's the resident Grinch. He hates everything that is fun or holiday ish. So I think Skylar hated this
Don't hate
movie.
fun.
The
You,
only
Don't.
alibi I can give you, Sky, is that it's not Christmas time.
that's the only
It
alibi.
hasn't even been Thanksgiving yet, as of
Yeah,
this recording.
That's
yeah.
true, actually. Yeah. No, it
I
still won't be Thanksgiving if you watch it whenever we release it. It'd
yeah.
still be fine. Oh, also, I would like to apologize for last week. I tried everything, man. I actually really enjoyed recording that Smile 2 episode, so much so that whenever I finished it, I thought to myself, man, that was a fucking good one. And then it got corrupted, the entire thing. I could watch all of it in Premiere. Like, I could watch it all in Premiere. I could watch the two separate things, but both of it together is like no, it breaks. It goes 20 minutes in and it stops every single time, no matter what I
It was
did.
not. It wasn't published.
It wasn't published. No, I couldn't
Mm.
get it out. Maybe one of these
Okay.
days I'll still try to finagle with it, but I
You
tried
try
at it for
streaming for
like several hours. Yeah, I'll do something to fix it because it was a good episode. It really was. I just haven't had time because I was working on a different video, the Wild Robot. We'll talk about it more later. We should actually talk about the movie because I've talked about the fact that we're doing a Christmas movie. We didn't talk about the movie at all. We're doing the Santa Claus movies. If you saw the thumbnail and the title and that kind of stuff. I
So
kind of
Zach,
yes.
since you're the holly jolly man, why don't you give us a rundown of what this movie is?
Okay,
Give us a rundown of the plot.
so there's this. It's a divorced family, and the guy is kind of a bit of a jerk. He's all big corpo. He likes selling lots of stuff to lots of kids, and only wants money. Doesn't care about the heart and the soul of Christmas. He thinks it's a merchandise thing. And then one day, he murders Santa, and then takes his coat, and then becomes
Wait,
Santa. Yep.
don't forget he has homeowners insurance. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. He's fine. He's completely fine. It's all good. And then uh over the course of the next year, he slowly starts like gaining weight and turning into Santa, and then shenanigans happen and he becomes Santa and then he gets arrested and then elves come and release him and then he flies away and gives gifts to people because he's Santa now. And it's a really great movie.
Mhm.
I don't know. It
Great
definitely
movie.
is a lot of there's a lot of nostalgia talking because this is a movie I probably feel like I've watched every single year of my life at least once every single year, just the entire time. There's a lot of nostalgia in this. It's a great movie.
Um, so
Yep.
I'm gonna throw this in. This is my first time watching this movie.
Ever. Holy shit.
Yes.
What the hell's wrong up with
And
you in
I would
Disney
like
movies?
you to go back and rethink about that plot that you just said before we talk about anything.
I thought it was all right. I think he hit the nail, or he pinned the nail on the donkey.
What did I do
Oh,
wrong?
no, it was good. Just think about the quality that might be attached with a plot like that.
Quality? I think it's fine. What's wrong with it? Did you hate this movie? That answer the
It
question.
no, I didn't hate it, but I didn't
I'm starting to see
think it
him
was anything
as
better
the
than
Grinch now.
average.
I'm starting to see what you're saying, Zach. I'm starting.
No, it's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair. It's fair. You know what? Here's the thing.
Okay.
This isn't like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but every time I watch it, I always consider it like I'm being a Chandler this time. I'm keep judging it against this type of movie that it is because I'm like, oh, for a Christmas movie, this is
Being too
amazing. I love
optimistic.
this. I love watching it. It makes me so happy. I
Well,
but last week, oh well, no one would know this, but last week I was judging it against all movies instead of horror movies. So I don't know. I, everything's subjective, you know. I'm a hypocrite in my own right. I love this movie. Skylar, what was your least favorite part? It was it the middle bit where it took forever for him to become Santa.
Like 90% of this movie.
What?
I
It
didn't
wasn't
like a
slow.
lot of this
I don't think it
movie.
was very slow. How long is this movie?
Bro, too long.
No,
I
it
checked like
wasn't
4
too. What the
times.
fuck
hour,
is wrong with you?
hour and 30ish.
Yeah, something like that.
There's
Sorry, I
there's
have
no
my
way.
IMDb up.
There's no way there's anything
Hour
less
and
than 2
30.
hours.
Oh, dude, it totally wasn't two
It was
hours. This
definitely less
movie
than
was made in
2.
the '90s. It was an hour and 37 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, what is up with you? Did you watch this with Lily?
Yes.
And did she like it?
She stopped watching it like 10 minutes
What is
in.
wrong with you guys? What the
No,
hell?
no, in her defense, she's already watched this movie 3 times this year.
Oh,
Like,
three
and by
times
this year,
this
like,
year?
yeah, she watches the movie a lot. This is one of her favorites.
Oh, okay. That's super fair. What the?
Thank
I'm
you.
just
But
so
hey, what did you like?
flabbergasted.
What did you
What
like?
what
Because then if you
parts?
said you didn't like 90%, give us the 10%, and we know you didn't like the rest.
We
Okay.
even watch like biannually. We watch the making of this movie's documentary. Like, cause my mom loves that. It's the making of documentary is like my mom's fifth favorite Christmas movie. For this, just in general.
I don't
Sorry,
know the
Skylar.
thing.
Go ahead. You could answer Chandler's question. Sorry, I'm just flabbergasted.
So,
I
one
was
I
saying that
the
as a joke.
one that I did like,
Yeah. What did you like?
Yeah, you said you like
um,
10% of it, essentially.
This is a long
Huh.
pause.
Okay,
I'm not editing
maybe it
this
was
out.
0%.
Holy crap! What
Maybe
the
it was
hell,
0%.
dude? There actually was nothing. This is so
no,
disappointing.
no, there was some stuff, but,
The
like,
kid was a good. You don't ever get
He was
good
good.
kid
He was a good
actors. He's
actor.
a good
yes, the kid
actor.
was a good
Yeah.
actor.
I
Okay.
thought most of the kids
Um,
were actually, even Judy. I thought
but I
she
Yeah.
guess
Oh,
the
you're
look
right.
of
All the
Santa,
elves are amazing.
yeah.
I
yeah,
forgot that
the
they were
ears are
kids
cool.
because I keep the other elves. You know, the
Yeah,
kids
and
are
their
great
ears look
actors.
kinda good.
Years
Yeah,
old.
their
Yeah,
ears look good. What about the
the
lore,
makeup
Skylar? Did you
the
notice any of the
makeup
lore in
was
it?
good.
Or did you hate the movie
Um,
so much you didn't look into it? Because there's some elves in his classroom before he became Santa. Before he became Santa.
I missed that.
I didn't notice that. I did
I
not
Mm.
missed
notice
that.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
They
know,
were scouting. They were
um,
scouting
I
Santa
like the
Clauses.
look of Santa at the end of the movie. The transition of him becoming Santa and seeing it visually was kinda cool.
Yeah, I really like that. That made me happy. And he
I
just looks like a great Santa Claus too.
I almost
So,
threw up actually during the movie whenever I saw him like morph into the when he shaved and then his whole body just like morphed back into like being bigger with all white hair. I actually almost puked. I was not expecting that.
Do you want?
It was unsettling. I
Is
won't
this your
lie.
first time watching it too?
No, it's not. I haven't seen it
Okay.
in a minute, solid minute.
Okay, that's fair.
Not like once a
That's
year sort
fair.
of thing.
This is up there. This is like my either probably second or third favorite Christmas movie, just in general. God, Skylar, make me sad. You make me sad.
no, there are just so many better like, not Halloween, so many better Christmas movies.
I mean, just name a couple. Like out
Okay,
of
Home
genuine
Alone.
I don't know. Home Alone's probably number
That's
four or
solid.
five.
That's just solid.
Home
What
Alone
about
is a
Polar
good
Home
one.
Alone is my favorite ones.
Okay, that's fair.
what about
Um,
Polar Express?
okay, so since
Me?
I've talked about the making of documentary, this movie was
Mhm.
kind of one of Disney's B movies. Like the idea for this movie came around and no one really wanted to do it, but they were like, let's give a little bit of a budget. I say that even though it is a $22 million movie, which is crazy. The documentary kind of made it sound like it was like pennies, but $22 million is still a
That's a
decent
lot.
amount of money. It ended up making 190, so it ran away like a bandit. But you can honestly see some of the bits where they tried to save some money. Whenever Santa falls off the roof, the snow that's on the roof isn't actually snow. It's
Yeah,
that paper, and
I wrote
it
that down
yeah
too.
it
I
bundles
had to
up
I
whatever.
had to go backwards. I was like, what
Yeah,
was that?
and then
That snow did not move like snow.
whenever the pole is raising out of the ground, it wobbles a lot as it goes up because it's just some dude that's lifting it up out of the ground instead of like some mechanical thing, which is always something fun. That seeing those two things in particular just make me so happy. Like, I mean, not happy. Like, I giggle at them whenever I watch it
Yeah,
because I'm like,
that's so
that's
funny.
funny that you can notice that. I mean, it is immersion breaking a little bit, but I don't know. Christmas movies have this different feel to it that it's a different kind of immersion. You know, it's not a matter of being inside of that world. It's just how it makes you feel in the space and the in what you are in that moment. I don't know. That was a little wow. That sounded really whenever people think they're deep but they're not actually deep. You know that kind of thing. But
No,
it's okay.
I was there with you. I was there with you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as long as someone understood where I was going with that. But it's just different, you know? I don't think any other holiday or vibe thing can do that, you know? Like, I don't feel that way with Halloween stuff. Like, whenever I watch TV Halloween or The Nightmare Before Christmas, because I think that's a Halloween movie, personally.
Or
Uh,
Smile.
no, definitely not, dude. Fuck that. Yeah, no, you just don't feel that way. Whenever it's Christmas time and you watch Santa Claus or the Polar Express or something that just makes you happy, Home Alone, it just feels
Mhm.
different. You know, you have a
Yeah,
candle on, it's nighttime. That's the best feeling ever. You know, and I just feel that
absolutely.
every single time I watch this movie,
I
specifically the
definitely
first
felt
one.
in the spirit when watching this.
Yeah,
Maybe the problem is that this is my first time watching it.
maybe. Yeah, it definitely helps that
It was
I've probably watched it 22 times.
he had no
So
nostalgia going into
yeah,
this. So
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
like
I'm
I
literally
said,
only seeing it as the movie it is now.
I think you'll like the second one a lot more than this
30
one.
years.
I
What?
Yeah,
talked to
it's been 30
Ethan
years since it
about
came
it,
out.
Yes.
and Ethan said the first one's meh, second one's okay, third one better than the first, or third
What
one better than
the
the second.
fuck?
No, third one better than the second.
That is some bumfuck ass.
I
So
like
I
the
know
Hey,
second
it's
one.
Chandler's
easy.
gonna agree with that, but I feel like if anyone is in the Santa Claus, like if they are a Santa Claus fanatic, the third one is the worst one, and then the first two fight for
What
best.
Jack Frost is the second one, right?
Jack Frost is the third one.
Oh, okay.
Shit
I
goes through
didn't
the
know.
wall in the third one. You either got to be like all for the shit, or I mean you're either all for it or all against it. You don't really fall into any other category until we get there, and then Skylar falls in the middle, and he goes, "I didn't love it, I didn't
Um,
hate
what is it? I will say, this movie was a lot funnier than it should have been because
it."
some of the effects are so atrocious.
Well, you didn't find Tim Allen funny? I thought he was actually like kind of
You need
a funny guy. Some of
CGI
the jabs
effects.
that he had.
Well, seeing his legitimate physical picture go, whoa, while it's like going through a
Yeah.
chimney is
It is
funnier.
30 years old though. It's 30
Yeah,
years
but
old.
Yeah, I know. It's
that's a
just
part of
funny.
the charm, you know. That is actually funny, you know. It's
Yeah.
probably not
It
Yeah,
was
meant to
when
be
you
and
see the
funny.
kid's
how just
reaction whenever he came back out, and you're like, you're right. And he was like, whoa, whoa. The kid's like, whoa, that was so cool. What did you see,
uh,
bro? What was cool about it? It was so
and then the
concerning.
reindeer, so
Oh,
odd,
dude,
so
they look terrible.
terrible.
They get worse too. I feel actually no, they kind of stay in the same part of being god awful to look at.
Was it? My thing is, I just don't think I'd ever watch this unless it was genuinely like on TV.
Oh,
Wow, it's Christmas. I would never willingly put this on myself. I would rather put on like four or five others,
I
which I
definitely
actually found. I would rather put on
you
The
went longer.
Grinch. I'd rather
Well, the Grinch
put
is
on
40
Home
minutes. Of
Alone.
course I'd put that on.
Yeah.
Only 40 minutes?
Yeah, not the new one, dude. The old one.
And then I'd rather put
Oh, total
on
40
Polar
minutes.
Express.
That's my number one, up
Polar
there.
So
Express?
Scooby Doo has a couple
Oh,
Christmas
I
episodes
love
that I'd
Polar
rather put
Express.
on.
I love
Um,
Polar Express. I said that earlier in this
Polar
episode,
Express is
and
great.
no one said anything.
You said,
And
but
this man,
Chandler, I haven't heard
Frosty
you.
the
I'm sorry.
Snowman.
If Skylar
Sky
or
heard
I
it.
am talking, you're just
It's okay.
not. You're drowned out completely.
I'm so sorry, Chandler.
No, it's okay.
No,
Um,
We're just
no,
so
it's like all
empowering,
the
Skylar.
time.
Charlie Brown,
Polar
another
Express.
Charlie
Christmas
Brown's
one.
great.
Hmm. The point is, there are many other Christmas movies I would rather. Oh, Elf. Many other
Oh,
Christmas movies
Yeah,
I'd rather watch over
Elf's
Elf.
I would
that. Elf was my
disagree.
number
So
two,
there's
and I
like
couldn't
this one's
remember what
not
his.
in the top
Yeah,
five,
Elf.
sadly.
That's fair. Again, you just don't have the nostalgia for it. I did remove a lot of points. Not, I depends on what you think is a lot, I guess. Based off of the fact that I only can watch this once a year. It does not have the same feeling at any other point in the year. It has to be like right now or in a couple weeks. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah, you cannot watch this in March.
yeah, it just doesn't have that.
Yeah,
It doesn't have the same chutzpah. You know,
yeah,
like
I feel like that's
Mhm.
a lot of Christmas movies for me though too.
that's
That's
everyone.
like
Yeah,
all
I
of
feel
them.
like that's everyone. But I feel like
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like I have more of a reason to watch Polar Express in the middle of the year
Or-
or summer, yeah, than
Christmas
I
in July.
do with this one. Yeah, I mean, there's literally a Frosty and Rudolph Christmas in July. They have Christmas movies for that.
My mom's always watching Hallmark
Yeah,
for Christmas
love that
in
stuff.
July.
So Chandler, what are some things that
Oh, that
you
was an
really
awkward
liked about the
silence.
movie?
Yeah, tell me.
Um, I kind of like most of it to be honest. There wasn't really
I like when
much.
Santa gets arrested.
You're not Chandler.
I don't
Sorry.
know. I don't know if I cared for that so much.
Why? It's funny.
Because it was just like I just didn't like that they had to go say. I like that they saved him and all. I thought it was funny and whatnot. And you got to see like that special task force of the elves. But just the way he got arrested, I was like, damn. Like, okay. boring. Like I was wanted. I was waiting. Okay, so this is young me was I was watching this movie through my young eyes again as if I
Okay.
was a kid.
Okay.
And as a kid, I always wanted the parents to see the sleigh, show them the sleigh because they're wrong and they're not believing their kid. And I just wanted them to see the sleigh. And since he got arrested, I was like, okay, you're just delaying the inevitable, and it made me upset. And
Well,
that's
the
why I didn't
thing
like him getting
is,
arrested.
you're right, and because the sleigh disappears, it's a sleigh's on the roof whenever the police gets him. But then after that scene, it's gone
Yeah, it
completely.
was just a kid,
Yeah. So you're
which
right. They would have seen it eventually, but for some reason the sleigh disappears.
mhm.
It's unexplained and it's just a plot hole.
I didn't know about that. I didn't. I mean, I know the sleigh wasn't there. I guess I just didn't connect two and two together. But I didn't like him getting arrested because it was just like, oh, okay, you're delaying what I want to
Yeah, but
happen.
Santa went in jail. Like the real Santa. It wasn't just someone being an asshole that dressed up as Santa. Like the real Santa
Fair,
was
you're
in
right.
prison.
Fair, yeah, it wasn't just like a crackhead or something. Um, let me see. Let me see.
I
Oh, the
like
final act, I thought was a little. Oh no, okay. One thing I didn't like. I know you said what I liked. One thing I didn't like is how did Neil stop believing Santa at age 3? I call bull. That is
I didn't
not
actually
real.
ever believe in Santa. I'm being honest here. Me and my
But look at
brother, we
age
hated
3.
Santa because we just hated Santa. There was a lot to go into it, and we believed in it as long as we did because we were worried that my mom would get sad that we didn't believe in Santa anymore. So we just pretended like we did.
Aw.
No, Santa was him. Whenever I was growing up,
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
I was
love
like, man,
Santa, bro.
That's
My
fair.
mom, my
this
parents did
guy.
such a good ass job.
I
That's
just
I
what
like
was
I
the
was.
convinced.
the vibe, Christmas just felt different. It snowed this morning too. This was
It
the day.
was not the day
It snowed yesterday actually. I think it
It
snowed for
snowed
us.
today too. I woke up to snow.
for today. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it did
didn't.
snow yesterday too because
Yeah, it
it
did.
snowed when I worked.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
was snowing during the Steelers Browns game.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Don't
And
want
they
to talk about
sucked
that.
too. They were terrible.
I'm currently in denial and half disgusted.
You should
I have
be,
lots
as
of
Shouldn't
you should
be.
mixed
be.
emotions.
Well, this isn't the
Um,
Steelers podcast. It is the podcast
I
of
liked
where
how
we
wit.
review.
I liked how witty Tim Allen or Charlie was, or not Charlie, Scott. I liked how witty he was. Like just in the very beginning of the movie, how fun he was. Just
Snappy.
his banter. Yeah, I just thought it was awesome. But towards the end of the movie, that fell off for sure because
He had to become
he
Holly Jolly.
yeah, exactly
Yeah,
he wasn't so pessimistic or just kind of rude. But
yeah.
I thought it was you know like I said witty and I something that I kind of envy a little bit because I don't see myself like that. Um,
It also was something that was written. Someone probably thought about that line for like longer than anyone could
yeah,
possibly think during a
fair,
normal conversation. So I think you're fine,
fair. But I also but he just
I'm
like
no
said
Ken.
it so
You can
effortless.
catch him up.
I
man.
felt like that was him. Like
That's called
Ryan
good
Reynolds.
acting there.
Like Ryan Reynolds, he is like his character almost, like in Deadpool.
Basically, yeah.
And I just got that vibe from Tim Allen. I just
He
from that
probably
I
gives
know
a
nothing
yeah.
about the guy really, but I was like, yeah, I can see him like that in public, the way he acted.
Gonna be honest, I do think there's some sort of controversy with him. So I don't know. We don't have to love him, but this movie,
Oh,
I don't
oh,
know. I
so maybe I
honestly
need to
don't
start
know
paying this
because
in.
He's
I'm
good
not
in
on
this
the
movie.
internet. He's great in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
okay. Yeah, I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say great. Yeah, my bad.
Um,
That's stepping into too much of a controversy. He was really good in
I
this movie.
I did like how like the change from him being super skeptical, and just being in denial about the whole situation, to then whenever he had like that gut, and then he's in his business meeting, like that's not how Santa is. You can't have a tank.
Well,
It was such a sudden change, but I was all for it. I was like, yes, please just adopt the role. I want to see it, and I was okay with it.
well,
I didn't have a problem with it.
some people think it's a curse. Okay, so there's
Okay.
a question. There's a question. Is his character naturally changing, or is his soul now being possessed by the
That's
Santa thing, and it's forcing him to be nicer?
I'll say
So it's not
both.
actually his character
yes.
developing at all. It's
He was
just the
definitely
Santa
both.
demon that's come taking over him.
Yeah,
Santa Demon.
yeah.
I I
If that's
think
what we want to
there
call it. Yes.
I think the lore might say otherwise.
Mhm.
We should keep this in mind. Skylar,
Mhm.
lock that in the vault for a little bit, and we'll return to it in the third movie, specifically the third movie, and you'll see what I mean by that when we get there.
Okay.
Her, you should know what I'm talking about, Chandler. How long ago have
I
you seen
think
it?
I do, but I'm trying not to so that I can almost experience it like Scott.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
You don't
Apparently,
wanna
so
experience it like me.
huh?
I said he doesn't wanna experience it like
Yeah,
me.
if Sky hated this movie, I can't imagine what he's gonna think about the next two.
I think he's gonna hate the third
I
one. I
I think
honestly think he might. You didn't hate this, right?
No.
Okay,
90%
then I think
didn't
you'll
like it.
like the next one. I think you'll really not like the third one.
It's just funny now, like off camera, he was asking, "Are we gonna watch all three?" And now I'm now it makes
I knew
sense
that
why
was
he
the
asked that.
reason why, because the second I
Yeah.
heard that, I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck." Okay, now he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm tortured for the next whatever amount of time.
No, no,
It
no, no,
sucks."
no. It wasn't tortured. It wasn't tortured. It was not as bad as the beginning of Mad Max. It was not
That's
that
fair.
bad.
That's fair.
That that built new standards into my system.
If dude, if you want standards, just wait till I win the amount of Mediak medals to pick a goofy fucking movie. Okay, you know.
I will do everything in my power to
Anyone who
make sure that does
doesn't
not
know,
happen.
we do a weird way of picking what movies are gonna come next. We just kind of throw out these medals randomly based on how funny we each are in different sections. And if no one has a medal, then I just pick a baseline, whatever is relevant at the time. But whoever has the most medals at the end of doing a series of movies gets to pick whatever series they want to go for. Usually, yeah. I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about this movie. I kind of got my whole rant out. I was really disappointed that Skylar didn't have more negative things. I thought he was gonna have more specific points to be like, I just really didn't like any of this. That's
I
really
maybe have a
disappointing.
point.
Well, so for mine, I have to understand this is a movie made back in the 90s. It is a Christmas movie, so its only goal is to make people feel festive.
Yes.
So it again, it's gonna look terrible.
I
It's
hope it
30 years old.
does.
It's older. It's a good bit older than me. And then, um, did it make people feel festive? Yes. Did it make me feel festive? Not as much because I don't have nostalgia for this movie.
That's
So
fair.
to me, this is a movie that I watched before Thanksgiving. I'm not really into Christmas yet. I'm still waiting for Thanksgiving. So,
That's fair.
um, so
Oh, I'm lagging.
now,
Can
uh,
I
would I say this is bad? No. Would I say it was good? No. Um,
That's fair. In my
was it?
defense, there's a lot of Christmas music playing at the shop, so I've been unnecessarily festive recently.
Completely understandable.
think that plays a
Um,
huge part?
What'd you say?
was it?
I was gonna say this goes back to even last episode whenever we were watching Smile 2, and you guys said that you weren't really scared during the movie, but I
Yeah.
definitely, at least when I was in the theater watching it for the first time, I was hella scared. Um, partially because I didn't have Sky next to me this time around.
Yeah,
But
he
Sorry.
he is a big protector. It's not possible to be scared around him.
but I think you kind of have to immerse yourself, and since Sky, like, you just weren't immersed in the holiday spirit, I think that heavily
Well,
influenced how you viewed it.
I disagree with that. Well, you can. There's a matter of letting yourself or not letting yourself. But like, if you just don't have that connection, you just don't. I I don't think scary movies are scary, and it's that lack of connection. No matter how much I let myself, I sat in a dark room with a big bright TV right in front of me, and I just sat there like this the entire time during Smile 1 and Smile 2.
Next time, leave all your doors and windows unlocked too, or like slightly open.
Yeah, I have a
It'll
sword
be a
hanging.
completely different
I have a sword
experience.
hanging above me at all times, so I could have the threat of death there. And
No, leave them like on the ground behind you so you can't see them.
right, yeah, I should go
Yeah.
sit over there on that couch and just have the swords right over there, doors open. That's how I should watch all my horror movies from now on.
Yeah.
It's just not
That
something
is a
I
whole new
seem
experience.
scary because no matter what movie I'm watching, I don't think I'll ever be scared during it because it's not the movie that I find scary. It's sitting in my it, how I judge a horror movie is when I'm laying in my bed at night and I can't fall asleep. Am I thinking about it? And I'm just never doing that with Smile, and I don't think it's scary in that aspect at all.
Um, to me, I'm gonna kind of bring it back to Santa Claus and Smile, but like for
Sorry, we are
um
talking about the
me to
festive
feel
holiday
like
movie.
completely immersed. Like I like for example, for like horror,
Sorry for the technical difficulties with that. My Wi-Fi has been off and on recently. Skylar, you had something to say?
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and bring it back to Santa Claus, but also wrap up my thoughts with like the smile and the horror movies and being immersed. So for the horror movies, I like the things that you can't see. I like the mental like scares, I guess. Like the things that will randomly show up, randomly be in the back, but
Skylar
never
likes the
actually
idea
there.
of someone crawling
And
into your mouth and hiding
no, because that one was terrible. The CG
there.
looked terrible. Did not make me
Bad.
believe.
Yeah.
Um, but for Christmas movies, it's like I don't like the super I don't know because they're all cliche, but the super cliche of oh everybody's around around a Christmas tree. Let's like sing our carols. I like movies that are like Christmas is like happening in the is like Christmas is happening, but it's not like oh Christmas this Christmas that. So like in Home Alone, people are trying to break into his house, and it just happens to be Christmas,
Right.
and
Yeah.
they're like Christmas
I
stuff
know
is
what you
happening.
mean.
So like
Yeah.
I like that because
How
it's
many
like a little
movies
bit
are like
fun.
that?
Like hmm?
What'd you say, Chen?
How many movies are like that?
Probably a
Not
decent
many.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Polar
not like
Express, I say, like, is adjacent that. It's totally all about
uh,
Christmas, but, like,
Yeah.
you don't really think about it for most of it. You think about, like, the themes in the train. They go choo choo.
um
I
like
think
Like I don't know. Elf is also somewhat adjacent. Christmas is thrown in your face, but it's also like he's trying to do other things. The entire point of the movie isn't that it's Christmas. Like there are
Yeah.
other points to the movie, is what I like.
Yeah.
And that's not really that apparent with this one, as it is just the main plot is it's Christmas.
Nah, it's
And
he doesn't want to be Santa, but the curse is forcing him to be Santa. It's honestly a really sad story about this guy who was a really successful businessman, um, getting his soul drained away by this demon that
for the better
possessed
though. It
him
was
on
all for the better.
Christmas night.
gonna be honest, doesn't sound that bad. Going from a 9 to 5 to Santa sounds pretty great. Um,
You're always
don't know if I feel
working
too
then.
bad.
There's the work life
No,
balance
you only
for
work one
Santa
day
is
a week.
probably awful.
Santa works one day a week, bro.
No,
Or one
Santa
day a
Yeah,
works the
year.
entire
A year.
time.
No,
you
he
don't know
helps
that. You're
work.
not Santa.
He's the manager.
You
You
could be
can't,
mine.
dude. You're just saying managers don't work then. Come on.
Look,
You
he's gonna
is
be the
his title Santa
manager.
Claus manager?
He might oversee productions to make sure that things are running, but it's like, how much work is that, honestly? Come on. He eats
Yeah,
cookies.
I can oversee production of a vehicle. Doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
It just means I'm looking
whatever.
around at it.
All right. I actually
But
don't have a whole lot more to say about this movie. Skylar said so I'm gonna guess he does.
I was gonna ask if we were ready to give numbers.
I was actually just
I
about to go into that. Yeah. I want to hear Chandler's number first.
Me too.
gave it a solid 8.
I was gonna
That's
go
fair.
over 7. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Zach is gonna be at a 6.5.
That is a little higher than that. I give it a 7. I love
Oh,
this
I'm
movie. It's
so
a great movie. It's a really great movie. I just will never watch it other than now. You know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
mine. Do you want to
2.
take a guess?
No, 4. No, 5. 5.
I was gonna say 4.
You both were so close. It was 4.5.
Oh,
That's
I
funny.
take
Wow.
That's funny.
It's not a 2 because that'd be the lowest rating I ever gave it. I've ever given a movie, and it's not that bad.
Thank God it's not that bad. What's our
Yeah.
average then on that?
like between 6
We're at
and
19.5, so just over 6.
Oh, okay. All right.
Around,
I
I
guess
think
we
it's close
got
to,
what?
Yeah, 19.5.
no, it's like right in the middle, isn't it?
Bro, I don't fucking know. Can we
It's
I don't
15
know. I
and
don't
then
those
know.
guns, holy
4.5, so
shit.
19.5. Oh, wait, maybe it is 6.5.
I think it's like right in the middle.
Do you guys want to go into
6.5.
news segment?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. We love
Okay,
the new
so
segment.
there was a leak with the new what ifs for What If season
Season
3,
3?
which comes out in December, which is pretty cool. Do
It's
you
so
want me to
quick.
read them all off?
Yeah.
All of them?
Spoiler warning.
It's just the title names?
Yeah.
That's fine by me.
Spoiler warning.
Okay. I'm not gonna say what if every time, if that's okay. So
Mm-mm.
you want me to say what if every time? Okay.
I would
Yeah.
in that accent though. In the accent that
What if the other half? I'm not saying it that way every time, bro. Fuck that. What if the other half blipped? What if Maria Rambeau was Captain Marvel? what if? Oh, I guess that's gonna be. We're
Huh?
just gonna see the other universe from that movie. Remember, like,
Yeah,
because we did see. We're probably just gonna see her
like
actually do that.
Like she was in Doctor
Doctor
Strange. One of
Strange. Yeah,
the
yeah. What if Wanda watched musicals instead of sitcoms? That one's gonna be interesting. I think for that
Mhm.
really bad show they made. What if Pietro survived Ultron? What if Okoye took the heart-shaped herb? What if Tiamat destroyed the Earth? What if Khonshu chose Peter Parker? What if Natasha Romanoff survived Vormir? So that's interesting. If I don't know,
What
I
was the
really liked
second
What If.
one?
Huh?
What Khonshu what?
Chose Peter Parker.
And that's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Is that who Khonshu?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
vegan.
Phil Spencer, the guy who does Xbox, says that they are starting to work on an Xbox handheld, but they're still years away from releasing. Neat.
Oh,
Good for Xbox, I guess. As of yesterday, it was 10 years. Yesterday, I was recording. It was 10 years since the Flash TV show started, so that's pretty interesting. Pretty crazy.
The
It's already been
CW
10
one.
years, huh?
The CW one.
Yeah, that's wait, no, that's not the only one. There's one from many years ago in the '90s, but yeah, the
I
CW
love
one.
that show for its first 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's great show.
Thank
And then
you.
Lilo and Stitch is coming out. The live action of it is coming out May 2023. Wait, no, May 23rd. Damn, 2023 was last year. I can't believe I
What?
actually am that stupid. Damn,
A
that's crazy. This is what the guy looks like.
baby?
Oh shit.
oh. I
Oh,
think
it's
I've seen like clips of him. He actually does not look bad. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, things could be
this is
worse.
not Sonic. Doesn't look like Sonic. That
Yeah,
Hey,
he's not
Sonic is
Sonic
good now. All right,
now.
that's the end of the news segment. That was
Um,
2 minutes.
but Kendrick also dropped a surprise album today.
Whoop, whoop. Who is it dissing
Music.
this time?
No one.
Oh, that's good. Is it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
That's
How
that's
to
good,
Train Your
man.
Dragon trailer released.
Oh, the
Um,
entire trailer released.
is that? Oh, maybe it was a teaser.
I don't know. I
When's the
don't
movie
know.
coming out? Let me
I
say
saw
December.
pictures of. I saw a bunch of pictures. I don't know
The
if we
trailer.
saw anything visual.
I was watching clips of
I
the
mean,
trailer essentially, and it looked like it was frame for frame, just like the
then what's the point?
animated
Like I don't care to see
dancing
this.
all over again.
This is just hitting that 1% of the audience that just was like, I'm not seeing this movie because it's an animated movie. Like who fucking cares to hit that audience? I don't. They're missing out entirely.
Yeah.
Except they're not
Oh,
missing out entirely because they're making a
yeah.
1-for-1 recreation. So who
Probably.
cares? It's whatever. Why am I even getting mad?
Facts.
I
Yeah.
love How to Train Your Dragon though.
Great
I'm
series.
excited for it.
Yeah, we should do that eventually. I was thinking we do that in the new year or something like that.
Well, should we do it right before the live action?
Sure. I guess.
Good idea,
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yeah. Whatever.
Is it-
Go
well,
ahead. We actually do something organized and planned for Mediak for once. Fuck that. Fuck that. Never. Come on, Chandler. Getting me on my shit. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Skylar,
Zach, I have a question for you.
I have an answer, hopefully, maybe.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go with the first thing that I haven't wrote down yet. I've not wrote down yet. I forgot to write it down, so I'm gonna say it first so that I don't forget it. One of the things that we watched over the weekend, my brother and his girlfriend were over. We watched a movie called Rise of the Guardians, which is like a pseudo Christmas. It takes place during Easter, but it definitely has a more Christmassy vibe to it. Movie where with Jack Frost, and I love that Santa. I actually recently bought the entire book set that movie is about. It's such a great franchise. I wish it made more money. I like that movie a
Your
lot.
first time watching it?
Huh?
Is that your first time watching it?
No,
Okay.
I watched it in theaters. I love that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I wish I could see it in theaters.
yeah. I love that movie. It's a great movie. You've seen it before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Chandler? I mean, sorry, Skylar. Yeah, it's a good movie. I think you'd hate it.
No, we're watching Easter.
What?
We can plan something else. We can plan something else in the future. We're
No,
doing
we
things.
could we could watch it for Easter because it takes place during Easter.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, that
That's
is
a great
what-
idea,
okay,
Zach.
cool.
I like your
Many
idea.
events.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so smart. I'm so crazy. I'm so smart. I can't remember what up there is from last week and what is new. So I read a little bit of Seven Deadly Sins. I remember talking about it last week, but I did read a little bit more about that. Not a whole lot more, maybe just one chapter. Did I finish Wayne last episode? I finished Wayne. I'm gonna go. I think I did that over the weekend. I started a new anime with G. It's not new. I watched the movie for it first a couple years ago, and G watched the entire anime herself. But it's a show called Given. It's about a guys in a band. Uh, so far, I mean, I've watched the movie. It's a little bit. It's about a little bit more than that, but you guys should watch it. I think. Um, Something that surprised me actually. You know what? I'll cover that. I'll cover that last. I watched The Wild Robot again, which if you watched my video, then you already know that because I sported up in this thing in that video and
Yeah.
talked about how I rewatched The Wild Robot again and it was really great. Me and G started playing Hogwarts Legacy. Great. I really enjoyed the opening of it. I was shocked about that. And I like how much magic they're able to use in it because the movies are limited by being real. But there's that guy, what was his name? Fig. He was just throwing stuff around, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! This is a wizard. This guy's cool. I like him."
They're making a sequel to that.
I know they're making a sequel. It's pretty interesting. Not very far along. They just started writing it or something. Um, the next book I'm reviewing. Well, first off, releasing with this podcast is the Alan Wake review, and then after that, I'm reviewing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. But small hint for anyone who cares: it's actually not the game. It's gonna be the manga because I like messing with people and I think that's funny. I'm doing that
Clickbait.
twice, huh?
Like click on the video and
Clickbait.
what?
Yeah, exactly. Clickbait. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. That's what I'm doing with the next episode. It's gonna be Alan Wake review, but it's the book. It's the book. Everyone's
It's the book. I
it's the
never
book.
said it wasn't.
It's the book. Everyone's been tricked, and it's gonna be the same thing with Ocarina of Time. It's gonna be like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, because both of those are like infamous games. They're some people's favorite games of all time, and I read the book version. It's probably funnier to me than
Oh,
it is.
you are gonna get them. No, you are
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get
gonna get him, dude. I'm gonna bamboozle him. It's
They
gonna
might
be
be
funny.
more surprised than anything to know that existed.
Yeah,
You
fair.
know,
Yeah,
I
fair.
didn't know the
them.
book.
But I
down
think with Alan Wake, I talked about it. Just please stay tuned, and if you're listening right now and you hear what I'm about to say, please still listen tomorrow because I think I have some
And
interesting points.
forget what he said.
But
And forget what he said.
it goes the fact that Alan Wake, the first Alan Wake, is a book is perfect because it always was supposed to be. Because the story is massive spoilers. Anyone who wants to not be spoiled for Alan Wake, skip ahead. Oh, Chandler. Oh crap, Chandler. Okay, just take him off. I'll give you a thumbs up. So Alan Wake wrote the story of Alan Wake. So the entire thing is his book. But then it comes full circle and it becomes a book again as being a video game. It's always supposed to be that. And I came to that conclusion whenever I was doing my review because I was like, the dialogue in this sometimes feels corny, and that's because it's written by a guy. It's supposed to be corny because it was written by someone, but now in the book it feels like it's corny because it's written by some guy, but it's written by also some guy, so some guy trying to mock some guy writing it. It's so fucking crazy. Sorry, that was a weird rant I went on. Chandler, you're good. Yeah. Sorry, Alan Wake is an interesting series, and I think I gained more out of it from reading the book than I did from playing the video game personally. And then I guess the last thing I have. Oh, I played a lot of Black Ops 6. I'm very close to. I've almost have a series of guns gold. I just get bored on the last step, so I just move on to a different weapon for some reason. I don't know why.
Making it easier for yourself, so when you have to go back, it's just only a little bit.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
I thought of it a different way, but
That's
you
kind
can't
of
say
how
it.
I think about it.
You can't say it
I
on here.
justify it like I'm gonna be getting every gun in this game gold anyway, so it doesn't really matter when I do it. So I'm just gonna level up each gun at whatever fucking way I want to. I found a new manga, and it's one of those times in which it's so new that I now feel special. There's only 12 chapters out total, and and
Oh,
I found it on Instagram. Someone just sent like it was just a picture of a drawing I know. I thought it was beautiful, and it said Galaxia, and I was like, oh, I've never heard about this before. So I looked it up on my manga app, and and I found it 12 chapters, and I initially read his first the not his, I don't know if it's a he or she, the author's first attempt at manga, which was Galaxia, and I fucking loved it. It was everything I wanted in Kaiju number 8 that I didn't get. It was so it's the whole premise of the original one was that they live in a world where dragons just kind of drop from the sky and blow up everything, and it's just the normal military that has to fight against these dragons. But then this guy meets this girl that can turn into a dragon, and then it's dragon versus dragon fighting, and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. But
Uh-huh.
then it turns out, I guess there's a whole shit ton of editing that they did from his first shot into the actual Galaxia manga. It's not at all like it was. Same designs for the girl and the guy, but now the guy's the dragon. There's no longer massive dragons, there's dragon people, and they fist fight each other based off of different powers that they get from their dragon tails. And it's such a different switch up that I honestly hated it in chapter 1 of Galaxia. And at the end of chapter 2, I was fully like brought back around because I really enjoy the drawing. Like the author is beautiful, like one of the most beautiful like drawings I've seen in manga, which is shocking because it's the first manga from this person, and I thought it was going to be a downgrade in everything whenever I saw how different the story was from the one shot to the start of the manga. I read the entire thing from yesterday to today, and I love it. It's amazing. I'm waiting every single week for it. It's so good. I can't
Oh
wait to
yeah.
see where the lore goes. The world building is fantastic. That's the conclusion that I came to why it switched up in story so much is because I think that the author wanted to implement more lore into it because there really wasn't anything in the first one shot other than the big fights.
Have anime potential?
It totally does. 100% it does.
Okay.
I do also think it has large potential to be a fucked anime because of how beautiful the art is in Galaxia.
Mm.
Because it's one of those like it's definitely not as beautifully drawn as like Berserk or Vagabond or something like that, but it's giving me like glimpses of that, if you know what I mean. Because some of the stuff is so detailed in these drawings. So I don't know. I don't know. I kind of don't want it
Oh
to
yeah.
get an anime because I really enjoy it how it is right now.
Mhm.
It's an adventure too. It's like One Piece. It's all about adventure. All right,
Oh,
who am I gonna toss it to now?
Chandler,
Popcorn.
Okay, yeah,
what have you
Chandler.
been watching?
I get to go next. Okie dokie.
I recommend Galaxia, by the way.
I
I
haven't
don't know if you got that.
watched too much because I've been playing a hell of a lot of Cult of the Lamb. I probably put maybe 30 hours into the game since we last talked, which is well too much. I could have been working during those 30 hours. So,
That's okay.
but
Imagine how many
anywho,
YouTube videos you could have popped out in that time.
yeah, I was having so much fun, but it's also like I'm now to the point where I'm trophy hunting. So there's a little bit more rage in me when I play because it's difficult. It's getting a little difficult.
You know
So,
what? I'll be. Keep talking, Chandler. I'm gonna show you guys things that I've bought for Black Friday already. I figured,
oh hell yeah,
why not? I'll be right back.
why
You
not?
keep
Show and
talking.
tell. Does that mean I get to show it? No, I already showed you guys. So Scott and viewers, aside from that game, I watch Shangri-La Frontier. Did I talk to you about that before, Sky? So this
Mm.
is second season. You know what it is.
I've heard the name.
So it's an anime where this
I got
guy
something, but
plays
it's okay.
like
I'll
a
get it
VR
later.
game, and Zach Zach didn't want to initially watch it because he wears like a bird mask. And
Mm.
Zach, I'm talking about Shangri-La Frontier, by the way.
Oh,
And
cool.
he didn't want to watch it because of the bird mask. Wasn't sure if it was going to be like annoying to watch. Or
Yeah, still.
I
Oh
think,
crap, my ears fell out. Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, I still
but
don't want to watch it because of that stupid mask. I think he's an ugly
second
protagonist. No interest in
second
him.
season, it just continues right where it left off at, and I love it.
Oh, it
I
started
didn't even know
again.
it
That's cool.
released. Yeah, I didn't know it released, and there's like 5 episodes out, and it was just
Nice.
so much fun
That dude, that's the
rewatching
best
them.
feeling on the planet. Whenever you're just like, shit, dude, I got a stockpile. Let's
Yeah,
go.
how did I miss this? It came out like started releasing a month ago. Like what?
Yeah, that's
How?
good. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was pleasant to catch up on. I'm halfway through Cyberpunk Edge Runners maybe
Hmm.
because Michael advised I should watch it.
Austin says it's
Uh,
amazing.
he watched it all in one day, so I
Yeah,
guess
that
there's
makes
not
sense.
that many episodes, but it's kind of making me want to buy the game, and it's now on discount for Black Friday.
Isn't the game terrible?
No, I
It
heard the
was.
game's amazing now.
It released
Oh, okay.
horribly.
Yeah,
It was
Oh.
actual
it's
butt
one of the
cheeks.
best video games ever now.
Yeah, it was super bad for PS4s and Xbox Ones. Like
Mm.
I think it was worse than 30 frames.
Skylar,
It actually was.
the update for Edge Runner. No, sorry, not Edge Runner. Cyberpunk 2077, is that the name of the game?
Yeah.
2077. That update was one of the updates, the DLCs that almost made it so that DLCs could be Game of the Awards
Oh,
things,
really?
because it was the only one other than Elden Ring's one that was big enough to have like that discussion. Because
That's intriguing.
what they did was they released this pile of shit and then just took a break and was like, we're gonna double down and essentially make like a second game and just make that the DLC and then release that and this update that's gonna make it the game exactly what we promised it was.
Mhm.
So and then that happened, but
Yeah.
that didn't go through until now. All right,
But I think
continue.
it's also like a GTA like game, I feel like.
It is, yeah, yeah,
That's the vibe I got.
yeah. It is kind of.
Um, I watched Psycho, not of my own will, somewhat of my own will. I had to watch it for a humanities class, the 1960 movie. It was either
Mm.
that or a couple others. And there were already discussion posts on this one, so I decided to just watch it instead. And I actually loved it. Well,
Really?
no, not for what you think though. It was I Someone had to remind me that it was one of the scariest movies in its time, but I thought it was hella funny. It was just so silly. There are some fight scenes where they're literally hugging.
Yeah,
It's like they're hugging, but
it's
they're
so
like,
good.
like
Yeah.
fighting, and this one guy like so obviously grabs like a book and just goes and knocks the guy out. He just doink and
Yeah.
knocked him out, and I was just cackling.
The end's
But
good though, right?
the
Yeah.
twist, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing out on so much good stuff out there.
That's what I've been saying. I feel like I've been saying that my entire
Yeah,
time
it
with
just
you.
I cringe every single time I try and watch something pre-2000. It's
It's a
just
well
something
now
that I have to force
you
myself to.
legally have to by Mediak
I'm
contract.
turning into the new Chandler.
We did watch 1990. This was 1994. This film
This
was a
is yeah.
1994
Was it
film,
90? I
so
thought it was 95, but it doesn't
I think
matter.
it's four.
You're probably right.
Um,
Who cares?
but yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
That's
It was black
great.
and white, so it was like almost as old as it can get, right? So I not
I
okay.
don't know about
It,
that.
I know, like it was
Yeah.
okay.
It was an old movie. Yeah.
It was the oldest movie I've ever watched, so I guess what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. But
I like it. I like it
the
a lot.
last thing was ReZero. I don't know if I brought that up beforehand. I think I
Uh,
said I might want to watch it, and Zach, you said you've heard good things.
I've heard good things,
I
yes.
thought you said you
So
were.
have I.
Oh, maybe you were talking about Fate.
I haven't
Mm,
seen Fate now,
I've
but
seen Fate Zero. That's a great show.
ReZero. It's I
maybe it was
kind of
Fate
liked
Zero.
it. Oh yeah, I was talking about it because it was every episode was like an hour long, but it's because they
Oh
conjoined
right,
two.
you did talk about that. Yeah, I and that made me really interested in it. I forgot about that.
So it took me 4 episodes, or traditionally, I guess it was that seventh to eighth episode mark, where I was hooked. So it took me a while, but like the main character, he's not your typical main character. So I don't know if I want to finish like watching it. Like it's just not the typical anime where it's like the main character is the strongest, or like
Interesting.
so it's just hard sometimes watching it knowing like the main character isn't going to save the day sort of thing.
That is kind of lame.
I don't know.
Jojo wasn't the main character. He was the strongest.
Okay, this guy ain't the strongest.
Okay.
Was that spoilers? That's
No,
spoilers. Okay,
no.
good.
As far as
I
you
mean,
know in the series, Gojo is the
Hey,
strongest,
hey, hey!
and he's not the main
I
character.
was
RJ
rewatching Jujutsu
almost
Kaisen
spoiled it
today
to
at
me.
work. I just didn't think it counted. I rewatched Toji versus Megumi, uh, Joe Goat versus Sukuna, and then uh, Big
Like highlights.
Raga versus Sukuna.
Were these like highlights, or did you actually pick out the episodes?
I went on Crunchyroll and I watched the episodes,
Oh,
but not all
okay.
the episodes. I like skipped through it whenever it was the boring stuff.
Okay, so you found the highlights
Yeah, yeah.
practically.
Oh, and then
I
I forgot. I also watched Toto and Itadori versus Mahito because I love Toto and I'd kill
120%.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. So great. Toto. Oh, I'd kill so many people for him.
So that's all I had to say. But Zach, don't we have a question?
We do actually. Ready,
Are we?
Chandler?
Well, yeah, we are ready, right? We know
Okay,
how
yeah.
we saying this.
Okay, okay. What? 3, 2, 1. Skylar, what are you watching? Chandler, what the fuck are you
Dude,
doing?
there's a time delay. So
We,
when you said 3, 2, 1, I'm about to speak it. It's like you already said it. There's like a desync.
we gotta organize. We gotta do it without organizing it beforehand, so
Okay,
we look really cool. We can't do it
everyone
anymore. We
watching,
ruined it in
we're
this
gonna
episode.
practice this
We
off
ruined.
camera. We're
No, we
practicing
can't
this off
practice it.
camera.
We can't practice it. It has to be genuine. It has to be genuine. It has to be genuine. Then we're
You
cool.
said Skylar too, right?
Yeah, I said Skylar.
I always
Skylar.
said Sky. I always said Sky.
Mm,
So we would have been off from the beginning too.
mm.
Dang it.
I got fucked on that. Skylar,
We'll
what
do
do
you
you?
better, Sky, okay?
Skylar,
We promise we'll
what
do
do you?
better.
One of these days we'll get it. Okay, I apologize. You deserve this. Skylar,
I do.
what have you been watching?
I've been watching One Piece. I'm now on 950. I'm not gonna say what happens because it'll be a spoiler for Chandler. Um,
With that.
but I like
Yeah.
where I'm at. Still waiting for my moment. I still don't think I got to the quote unquote flashback.
You'd know.
I don't. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm like, this is not like I would remember that regardless of what somebody said. Um, and then I'm obviously still watching Frame Lock and Daima. I didn't watch the new episode of Daima yet, but I probably am tonight. And then
I'm very behind.
me
on
and
that.
Lily got halfway through a show that my mom recommended to Lily called, I think it was like Judge something. I did not like it. So I'm hoping it ends there.
Hmm.
And then I've been playing a lot of Dokkan, a lot of FIFA,
Always.
Breaking Zero, and Fortnite because the Juice World stuff is about to drop and I want to see it.
Yeah.
Did
I hope
you
it's
watch
respectful.
those 2 episodes?
Hmm?
Did you watch those 2 episodes of Devil's Paradise?
I did not. I keep forgetting.
What are you talking about?
I still have 2 episodes left in Hell's Paradise, and I actually really like Hell's
Sorry,
Paradise.
I said Devil's.
My problem is every time I am on Crunchyroll, I am watching One Piece. That is my problem. I've been rewatching some
That's
episodes of, like Family Guy and,
Of course.
yeah, just to like kind of turn off my brain for a little
is,
bit.
man, yeah.
It's been nice. It was like a
That's
burnout.
zombies
This
for
was
me. Ooh shit.
what was it? I'm not sure if Chandler, if you feel the same way, but this is like the longest consecutive weeks of schooling since a break that I've had in a while, so I can feel the
Yeah.
burnout. Like
Yeah. We have
like
Thanksgiving
after
break, and then we have 1 week,
yeah,
and then
we have
finals.
break in 1 week. Like
Why would we have a break
I
at
don't
all?
know, it's spaced out so bad. But
I actually would rather have had these last 2 weeks and gotten over with, honestly, because like the break is just it's gonna interrupt more than anything.
yeah, or
That's
if the
weird.
week was like 2 weeks ago, I would have been fine. The break was 2 weeks ago. I
Very
mean.
weird. Very
Um,
weird.
Still trying to read Black Clover. I'm still on the first chapter. The problem is now whenever I go to the gym, I'm so distracted that I can't read. So,
Weren't
yeah,
you like
I just like
complaining about not having anything to do?
yeah, now apparently I'm overstimulated every time.
That
So,
makes sense.
I got no idea what's going
What do
on.
you
That
mean
makes
by
so much sense.
distracted?
Hmm?
What do you mean by distracted?
So, what happens is so for example, today, I didn't go with Caden because Caden went home to lift with one friend before he left. So, I went by myself and I had my headphones on, and I drank pre-workout before, and I was like, and there was more people there than I thought. There was 10, and so I wanted a bench press, and I couldn't get one. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do dumbbell. So then I slowly started counting, but then they had the TV on, so I'd look, but then I'd look at my phone, and I'm like, wait, I haven't done my set in like a minute or so, like however long. So then I would go, and then same thing would happen, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, how many did I do? And then I do one more, and so basically I'm all over the place. I need Kane to count for me. Essentially, I have no idea what I did.
What the
I
fuck?
don't know. Yeah,
How does that happen?
I don't
I was
know,
really
but
confused. You said distracted too. I don't know.
I was all over the place. It was a good chest and tricep day overall. I mean, I was pretty
That's great,
like
man.
pretty sore. I felt pretty worked out, but I was talking to one other guy at the gym who I haven't seen in a minute, and uh, yeah, I just was like barely on my phone. I was pretty much just picking songs. Oh, the new Kendrick album dropped today too, so I was listening to that
Right, that fight's awesome.
at the gym. So that also, yeah. So basically, I've been having trouble finding time to read at the gym now after having a problem of not having something to read.
That's
Um,
disappointing. I'm sorry, brother.
yeah, it's really been a full circle. Um, that might be it that I've. Oh, me and Lily just watched Totoro, like an hour, like
How'd you
2 hours
like
ago.
it?
I've watched it like 8 times already. I
Oh,
like
so
Totoro.
good movie. I
It is good. I
have
liked
to.
it more than this movie.
That's fair. I
Um,
like it more than this movie
Is
too.
that a Studio Ghibli film?
Yeah, it is.
yep,
You guys want to see my deals now?
yeah.
Yes. Show and tell.
So this is the Switch version of Persona 5.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good one.
I got that.
Why on Switch?
Yeah, it's on the Switch. Why on the
No,
Switch?
yeah, but why? Yeah.
Because
Why
I
not
want
like?
because it's probably gonna be the same. It's a cartoony looking game,
'Cause
and
it's
I
handheld.
wanted something I want to play in my car while
Okay.
I'm on break at work, and I was like,
Fair.
this is definitely it, and it was pretty cheap, so I was like, why not? Final Fantasy 16. I love Final Fantasy. This one they look like they have JoJo stands in it, so I was really interested in this. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Probably not for a while though. I just got it because I know I want it, and I know that it's usually really expensive. So I saw it cheap and I got it. This one's a little different. I'll probably play it before 16. Yeah, 16.
Oh,
This is Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core Reunion. So there is actually gonna be 4 Final Fantasy 7 games. Uh, so there's Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core Reunion, and then there's another one that's gonna be coming out. This one is the prequel to the trilogy. So
I'm confused.
that's okay. That's fine. So
So whenever
this
you were saying it, I was like, Rebirth? Did you not say Rebirth there or remake? I did
yeah,
not know there's more than one Final Fantasy VII.
yeah, there's so remake came out, and then Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion came out, and Crisis Core Reunion is a prequel to remake, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the sequel to remake, and then there's gonna be one that comes out that's a sequel to Rebirth.
still with us?
Why? Why can't they name them better?
Because yeah, they should name them better. They really should. But it's a great series. And then I got this, which is an Epic Tales book, which is
Folklore.
Viking folk and fairy tales. I love Viking stuff, so I saw that and I was like, that's a must.
Have you ever checked out Vinland Saga?
I have watched the first season of it. I love Vinland Saga. I
You
haven't
should
watched
Still
the
check out
want
second
the
one.
season
second
I
two
season.
know. I
though.
really got to get to it. It's one of those things that I'm like, I'll get to it, and then I don't. Same
I think
thing with
season 3's gonna be awesome too.
Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk Austin has been telling me to watch that, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll get to it. So,
It's
and
pretty good.
The Penguin show that came out that everyone loves, I'm just been like, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get to it, and I just haven't.
I
And
hear
same
about
with
that one
Dragon
also.
Ball Daima. I'm just like, I'll get to it,
Yeah.
and I haven't. I'm with that way with every TV show. Hopefully, I'll get to it eventually. Actually, all right. I don't know.
Where'd you
We'll
get the
see.
deals from?
Huh?
Where'd you get those deals from?
Amazon for the games and Barnes and Noble for the book.
Okay.
The Final Fantasy 16 is no longer on that deal, but the other two still are. Okay. Other than that, do you guys have your quarrels out for this week?
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty. I think we'll see you guys next week with the Santa Claus 2. Oh wait, Skylar, you got to give the movie props for the fact that it's called the Santa Claus. It's a clause within the contract that allows for him to be Santa. Come on. Can I at least have like a
I'd
thumbs
like
up?
to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving since we will not be seeing you.
All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys next week with the Santa Claus 2. We have to do the thing. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, have a great time.